Zach Keenan, Brady, Vernon here for houseofsparky.com. ASU just took down Sacramento State 19-7 here at Sun Devil Stadium. Brady, what was the reason behind this really razor-thin margin of win for the Sun Devils tonight?
Well, it was a whole lot of ugly. I guess people need to expect, and some did, that this offense was going to be a very slow progress, need to put the wheels on the train type of thing. But I don't think they expected this slow to score 19 points against an FCS opponent and only have one touchdown. That was off a great play by Benjamin. Tonight's struggles were more the offensive line didn't seem to be getting penetration consistently, and the red zone offense was just horrible. They didn't convert any of their plays into touchdowns. They were, I think, 4 field goals, and there was 3 times they were inside the 10. It's just not something you can do.
Now, can you pinpoint a reasoning? What was a really weak spot for the Sun Devils inside the red zone tonight? Was it the receivers? Was it the passing? Was it the run game? Or was it back to the offensive line?
I think part of it was there wasn't very many passes in the red zone to begin with, and they were trying to just run the ball with Benjamin, and you want to do that. But when none of your guards, center, tackles seem to be winning their plays consistently, it's not going to work out. If you go back, there was a 4th and, I think, 1 call where Benjamin bursted out for a 33-yard rush. Tommy Hudson sealed the edge perfectly, and the pulling guard made his block. But I don't think they made those blocks inside the 10-yard line, and that's going to be your difference between winning and losing close games is how you execute inside the 20.
Now, apart from that, apart from pessimistic and being sad about the Sun Devils, what went well today? What went well for ASU tonight?
The defense did play good. I don't think they played great. Obviously, Danny Gonzalez, who is going to be the biggest critic of his own squad, probably wasn't happy with the 200-plus passing yards. That's going to be him. They only allowed 7 points, and maybe they probably shouldn't have allowed the touchdown that they did. There was a misassignment on that drive. But they kept being good like they were last week. Now, when you're good in the next week playing probably a better offense, we'll have to see if they're still good. But they shouldn't have these little problems next week because they're seeing it on film. They need to improve them.
Now, what are the small things they need to improve? Is it just the offensive line? Is it just a secondary on defense?
Communication seems to be the biggest thing. There's a lot of guys on that defense, a lot of sophomore, a lot of freshmen. One play specifically on the touchdown drive, there's a 40-yard completion, and Sacramento State all night was running a lot of swing passes and just swing runs as well. And one of them, it seemed like Jack Jones and Shari Crosswell got mixed up on the coverage because both of them seemed to bite on the swing, and that left the guy wide open behind them. And so it's those little things that Jack Jones came into this team like 2 weeks before training camp ended. Shari Crosswell is still a sophomore. It's those things. But you can't do that once you get in the Pac-12 play because they're going to be touchdowns instead of 40-yard games.
Now, there were a lot of unsportsmanlike, or I shouldn't say a lot, but there were a couple unsportsmanlike conduct penalties tonight. Is that a lack of discipline for the team wearing maroon jerseys tonight?
Yes. Obviously, ASU fans are frustrated with this result. But you don't think those guys on the field are frustrated that they're not blowing out these FCS opponents? That's the thing. It starts to build up. You're like, we should be winning, but this shouldn't be close. Sacramento State scored their touchdown with 6 minutes left, and it was a 5-point game in the 4th quarter. And that's when you start getting worried, you start putting pressure on yourself. You are just flustered. And you got to keep composed because when you've been in so many close games, like last year, all the one-score games they were in, those penalties are going to be the reason why you lose if you don't clean them up.
Now, we talk about the one-score games. Let's take a look at the special teams really quickly. For the second week in a row and second week of the season, Brandon Reese was nowhere to be found during the game. Zendejas instead was in for him. What's going on there, Brady?
It seems to be another precautionary thing. I think probably the coaching staff was thinking, we might need Reese with how well Zendejas performed last week. But it is still concerning that he's not out here. I mean, he is a big part of their offense because he has his big leg. So we'll see if he suits up for Michigan State. But Zendejas has been perfect thus far, so you can't be upset with that at all.
No. Can't be upset with that at all. Again, a Sun Devils win, improved to 2-0 on the season here at Sun Devil Stadium in Tempe. They'll head to East Lansing, Michigan next week to take on the Spartans. For HouseOfSparky.com, Zach Keenan, Brady Vernon.